Here is the next example. In this example, he's asking us to find Vx. What is Vx? Voltage drop across that 30 ohms, and the current passing through 24 ohms, and current passing through the 60 ohms. Okay. Now first thing we need to do is find how much this source is supplying. Okay. So the current supplied by the source depends upon what we connected between these two terminals. Okay. I saw many times people were using only I equal to 120 divided by either 30 ohms or 120 over 20 ohms or 120 divided by combination of those two, which is wrong. So the current supplied by the power source depends upon the whole thing, everything connected to between those two elements, Okay, so first thing we need to do is you need to find which elements are in series, which elements are in parallel. Before that, if you want to, you can label the resistors, so that way you can easily recognize which elements we are talking about. Okay, now I can clearly see R4 parallel with R5. Okay, usually I start with the resistor which is far away from the source. Why is that? You will understand better in the future videos, in future examples. Basically, sometimes, I mean, in this example, it is easy to tell, okay, R1 parallel with R2, R4 parallel with R5, but some examples, it is kind of hard to tell by inspecting the circuit. In that case, always start with element which is far away from the source and see whether that element is in parallel or in series with something else. If it is not, then skip that resistor, move on to the next resistor and find that value. So here I'm going to label this as R6. So 40 parallel with 60. Okay, so 40 times 60 divided by 40 plus 60. I want you to practice this a lot. So this value is 24 ohms. Now R7, which is R1 parallel with R2, okay, that value is 20 parallel with 30. 20 times 30 divided by 20 plus 30, and both resistors almost half of, I mean, it's half of the above, so it must be 12 ohms. Okay, now here what I'm going to do, I'm going to redraw the circuit. So here is my R7, R3 and R6. Okay, and here is my voltage source, 120 volts. Now can you tell are those elements are in series or parallel? Okay, remember, if the same current is passing through each element, then they are in series. So whatever the current is going to start from here, it's going to be passed through this, passed through this, passed through this. Okay, so all those three elements are in series. So R total equal to 12 plus 24 plus 24, which is 60 ohm. Okay, my I equal to V over R total. My V is 120 volt, R total is 60 ohm, so I equal to 2 amperes. Okay, but this is not our goal. Our goal is finding Vx and current passing through 24 ohms, which is I, and Ix. Now to find Vx equal to, can I say the voltage here, voltage across 20 ohms across 30 ohms is same since they are in parallel. So Vx must be same as V7. Okay, Vx must be same as V7, which is 2 times R7. What is R7? 12. So 2 times 12. So which is I times R7. Okay, 2 times 12, that is 24 volt. Okay, that's Vx. Now what is I? So the current is going to start from there, 2 amperes. The 2 amperes is going to split. Again here it is going to rejoin. So can I tell my I equal to 2 amperes? So this is one quantity he's asking for. Another quantity he's asking for is 2 amperes. Now the third quantity he's asking about Ix. So I know 2 ampere current is coming there. So by using current division rule, Ix equal to total current, which is 2 amperes, multiplied by opposite resistance 40 divided by total resistance 40 plus 60. Okay, so 2 times 40 divided by 100, so 80 over 100, which is 0.8 amperes. So I can clearly see the current passing through this is 0.8 amperes. The current passing here is 1.2 amperes. So you can see more resistance, less current is going to pass through that path. Less resistance, more current is going to pass through that path. Okay, now in another case, I'm done with the example. Now say for example you have something like this, 60 ohm and 20 ohm and 20 ohm. Okay, now 2 ampere is current passing through this. He's asking about what is the current here. Okay, this is another example basically. Now what is I? In this case, same thing, you can clearly see these two are in series, so I must be I equal to total current multiplied with opposite resistance. So don't use only 20 ohms, you must use 20 plus 20, which is 40 ohms. So 40 divided by 60 plus 40. That's how we'll find I, which is, we just did it in the previous example, which is 0.8 amperes. So that's how we'll find the current. I'll stop this video here, solve another example in the next video. Thank you.